All right, guys. So this is going to be going over worksheet 9.4, um, which was this particular worksheet. So make sure you have that. If not, the sub should have extra copies for you. And copy this down. Make sure if they have any questions, please come and ask me. Um, I'll be back on Monday. So I got to do all these on here, which is fine. I'll just go through the questions. So on 9.4. Problem number 1 says, George says the vertex of this particular problem is -4, 5, and is he right? Well, when you take it out of parentheses, this should have been a positive. So that's where he made the mistake. All right, problem number 2 is y equals x plus 3 quantity squared minus 6. I'm not really worried about filling out the table because we're just going to pattern graph each of these. All right, very first thing we're going to do is let's find the vertex. So it's going to be opposite of that value, same as that value. So let's plot that. So -3, -6. So that's down here. And then out front, there's a 1, so we can graph as 1, 3, 5. Okay? So I'm going to go right 1, up 1. So this becomes the point -2, -5. Then I'm going to go left 1, up 1. So this becomes -4, -5. Then our next one, we're going to go ahead and go right 1 and up 3. And then we're going to go left 1, up 3. So if I go to the right of -2, I get to -1. If I go up 3, that puts me at -2. And this gives me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you could graph the 5 if you wanted to. But in reality, those points would be further up here, somewhere up here and up here. Things that we can see is the x-intercepts. Those are my x-intercepts. I don't know the exact point of it because our dots didn't fall right on it. Our axis of symmetry, we'll call AOS, is going to be x equals the x component of the vertex. So that was this vertical line right here. And then we're going to have the y-intercept. We're going to plug 0 in. If I plug 0 into my original, I'm going to get 0 plus 3 quantity squared minus 6. So that's 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 6 is going to give me 3. And we already talked about the x-intercepts. So I'm just circling them. Unless our points, when we pattern graph, fall right on it, we don't have to really worry about them at this point. Number 3, we have y equals x minus 4 quantity squared plus 2. Let's put our axes up. Oops. All right, so that's a 6. I don't know what happened. Oh, that's a 2. So my vertex is going to be opposite of this, same as this. So 4, 2. So that's 0.42. And we have a 1 out front, so our pattern graph is going to be 1, 3, 5. So if I go right 1, up 1, so right 1 of 4 is 5, up 1 of 2 is 3. And I'm going to go left 1, up 1. So if I go left of 4, I get to 3. I get in 3, 3. And then I could keep going. I went right 1 and up 5. That's way up here. If I went left 1, up 5. So if I went right 1 from 5, I get to 6. I go up 5 from 3, I get to 8. If I go left 1 of our 3, I get to 2, 8. And then here is our parabola. Our axis of symmetry, which we'll call AOS, is x equals, what's the x part of the vertex? It's there. The y-intercept we could look at by plugging 0 in. Plug it into our top equation. So 0 minus 4 quantity squared plus 2. So 16 plus 2 is 18. And our x-intercepts, this doesn't cross. So this is does not exist. Okay, that's all you have to do. Problem number 4. We have y equals negative x minus 6 quantity squared plus 5. Let's go ahead and make our axes. So our vertex is going to be opposite of that, same as that. So that's going to be the 0.6 comma 5. Our lead coefficient is a -1, so it's going to grow at -1, -3, -5. So for this, I'm going to go right 1, down 1, left 1, down 1. So that takes me to 7 and 4, and then 5 and 4. And then we're going to go down right. And then we're going to go right 1, down 3. And we'll go left 1, down 3. So this point to the right of 7, it's going to take me to 8, down 3 from 4. I get to 1, and that's going to put me at 4 comma 1. And that's really all we have to graph. Try and get the dots in them. All right, so where it's crossing the x-axis is here and here. Okay, we can't really see exactly what the point is because our dot didn't fall right on it yet. Our y-intercept, we're going to plug 0 into our original equation for that x. So I have negative 0 minus 6 quantity squared plus 5. So negative 6 squared. So we're going to get to negative 31. So that's way down here. So don't worry about trying to plot that. And we already talked about the x-intercepts. Our axis of symmetry, AOS, is going to be x equals 6. So vertical line comes straight down. Number 5. All right, so when you take a look at number 5 on your paper, you have this parabola. It's doing this. And this looks like it's the 0.31. And then right 1, up 1, that's at 4, 2, so on and so forth. And so that's going to be 2, 2. So did we go right 1, up 1? The answer is yes. Okay, so that means our a value has to equal 1. So my vertex is this. So if I plug into this equation, so we said our a value is 1 because the pattern graph is right 1, up 1. And we're going to go x. See this value here, it's a positive 3. Well, it's going to be a negative 3 there. See this value here is a positive 1. That stays positive 1. So this is my equation number 6. We have an upside down parabola. Looks like this is the point negative 4 comma 5. And then if we pattern graph to the next point, that's going to be the point negative 3, 4. And this is negative 5, 4. So on this one, we went right 1, down 1. So that means it's negative. So our a value has to be -1. So I have y equals ax minus h quantity squared plus k. So I'm going to get y equals -1 x. See how that's a -4? It's going to be a +4 here. And then this 5 stays positive. And there's our equation. Number 7, we have this parabola. So this is a point 1 comma -4. And then this is going to go, looks like I go right 1 up 2. So that takes me to 2, -2. And this takes me to 0, -2. All right, so our pattern graph is right 1 up 2. So that means our a value, because we went up 2, our a value is going to be 2. So when we plug into this equation, I get y equals 2x. Notice that's a +1, so it's a -1 there. That's a -4. It stays -4 right there. There's our equation. Number 8, we get y equals -2x minus 3 quantity squared plus 5. Let's make our xy axis. So let's get our vertex first. So it's opposite that, same that. So 3, 5. Our pattern graph, our a value is equal to -2. So our pattern graph is not going to graph as 1, 3, 5. I'm going to multiply -2 times each of those. Okay, we don't always use this one, and that's okay. Sometimes we want to use the second one. But we're going to go right 1 down 2. So if this is the 0.35, then this is the 0.43, and left 1 down 2. And if we go down 6, we can do that, and that's fine. But we have enough information there to graph our graph. Okay, this would have been the 0.2, 3. Our axis of symmetry is going to be x equals whatever the x value of the vertex is. And where does it cross the y-intercept? It crosses here and here, or x-intercept. So we don't know exactly what those values are, but we'll soon learn that. To get the y-intercept, I'm going to plug 0 in here. So I'm going to get -2, 0 minus 3 squared plus 5. So -2 times -3 squared is 9. So that's -18 plus 5. So that's -13. Number 9, we have y equals 3x plus 1, quantity squared minus 7. So let's get our vertex first. Opposite of that, same as that. So -1, -7. B in our a value is 3. We're going to multiply our pattern graph by 3. So 3 times 1, 3 times 3, 3 times 5. So I'm going to go right 1 up 3. So this point down here was this. If I go right 1, I get to 0. If I add 3 to -7, I get to -4. And then I have this point here as well. So that's going to give me -2, -4. Then if I went up 9, I guess I could go right 1 up 9. It's way up there, and left 1 up 9. And you can find those points on your graph pretty easily. Just list the ordered pair. And there you go. Number 10, y equals -4 x minus 1 quantity squared plus 10. Make our xy axes. So my vertex is going to be at 1 comma 10. So remember, opposite, same. So 1 comma 10. Our pattern graph is our a value is -4. So I'm going to multiply that. So I'm going to get -4 times 1, -4 times 3, -4 times 5. So we're only going to really graph that one probably. So if I go right 1 and down 3, so if I go right 1, if I go down 3 from 10, I get to 7. And the left one down to 7. So that puts me at 0, 7. Oh, cool. So my y-intercept is at 0, 7. We have enough to graph our parabola. I mean, the next values would go down 12, so that's kind of a lot. Actually, I went down 4, didn't I? Down 4, so this should have been 6. That should have been a 6 there. It should have been a 6 there. It should have went down 4 because of that. Okay, so now you have the pink packet. Let's see if we can make this work. So let's go down to 9.5 on your pink packet. All right, so things that they want us to do on here. So from 10 to 5 is 5. From 5 to 2 is 3. From 2 to 1 is 1. From 1 to 2 is 1. From 2 to 5 is 3. From 5 to 10 is 5. So notice how it's changing up a little bit. Okay. And notice these just increase by 1 each time. What about here? That's a difference of 5. That's a difference of 3. That's a difference of 1. That's a difference of 1. That's a difference of 3. That's a difference of 5. So again, they're how the quadratics, notice they don't grow. These grow the same. These kind of grow at a different rate. Okay. So as we continue, these grow as 1. So there's a difference of 5, difference of 3, difference of 1, difference of 1, difference of 3, difference of 5. Okay, so that's how far those are. All right, predict 8 using the patterns. So this would be 7. So that would be a 12. So 8 comma 12. Okay, that's basically. So how is a line different than a parabola? A line will grow at the same rate in the y direction, whereas the parabola grows at a different rate and it kind of rebounds. All right, so we're not going to really worry about doing this. We're just going to pattern graph off that. So our axis of symmetry is x equals -4. So -4 is right here. It's kind of doing the goofy thing again. Our vertex is going to be at -4, -9. So 4, -9 is way down here. And it's doing silly stuff again. So let's just change this over. I'll go to the other screen on that. So example 1, we have y equals x plus 4 quantity squared minus 9. So our axis of symmetry, we said, was -4, -9. Let's draw our grid. So -4, -9. So there is that value. All right, so, oops, this was the vertex. I'm sorry. The axis of symmetry is actually x equals -4, which comes right straight down like that. Okay. Let's pattern graph. So we have a lead value of 1, so our pattern graph will be 1, 3, 5. So if I go right 1, up 1, so that puts me at -3, -8. If I go left 1, up 1, that takes me to -5, 8, -8. And then if we do one more, if I go right one up 3, left one up 3. That takes me to negative 2. If you add 3 to negative 8, you get to negative 5. And then negative 6, negative 5. So there is our parabola. Okay, x-intercepts, they do exist. They're here and here. And to get the y-intercept, I'm going to plug the 0 in to my above equation. So I'm going to get 0 plus 4 quantity squared minus 9. So that's going to be 16 minus 9, which is 7, which is up here, 0, 7. Example 2 is y equals 2, x plus 1 quantity squared minus 8. So my axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1. My vertex is going to be negative 1, remember opposite, and then same. Let's draw in our xy axes. So I get to negative 1, negative 8, which is down here. Our pattern graph, our a value is 2. So our pattern graph is not going to be 1, 3, 5. It's going to be multiplied by 2, 6, and 10. So if I go right 1 up 2, that takes me to 0, add 2 to negative 8, to get negative 6. Negative 2, negative 6. And then if I go up 6, so I go right 1 up to 6, I get to right there. Left 1 up to 6, I get to right there. So we finally find where it crosses the x-axis. No problems. And we found the where it crossed the y-axis, right? So this is where it crosses the y-intercept, because I have a 0 here. Because I have a 0 here and here, my x-intercepts are negative 3, 0, and 1, 0. So that one worked out nicely. Example 3, y equals negative 3, x minus 1 quantity squared plus 10. So my axis of symmetry, AOS, is x equals opposite of that. And then my vertex is going to be 1, 10. Let's draw in our xy axes. So I get to 1, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our a value is that negative 3, right? So our 1, 3, 5 pattern graph is going to be negative 3, negative 9, negative 15. So let's just go ahead and start pattern graphing. So I'm going to go right 1 and down 3, left 1 down 3. So that was at 1, 10. So that's at 2, 7 and 0, 7. Oh, look, I found the y-intercept there. The next one, I'm going to go down 9. That's not going to help us much, but I'm going to go right 1 down 9. And left 1 down 9, so it's down there. So this would take me to 3, negative 2 and negative 1, negative 2. We can go ahead and draw in our parabola. So we have the y-intercept right here. Remember, it's the y-intercept because you have an x value of 0. Our x-intercepts, they do exist, but we don't know exactly where they fall. All right, so the rest of this packet, why don't you go ahead and work on complete this packet, and we'll go over it on Monday. So if you have any additional questions, we can go over on Monday. But please be good for the sub. Have a great day. Take care of one another. Bye-bye.